Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Divine, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to navigate New World as a lower level character and just getting around altogether. So, they removed the respawn button off of the game, which is a bummer, but honestly, like I told you guys in some of my previous videos, I kind of expected this to actually happen, so I'm not too surprised that this is gone, but it did really affect the way a lot of people were going to play the game. They were really going to use that button to just cheese the whole game so they could just constantly respawn and turn in quests very quickly. But now we're going to actually have to run around, and I have a couple different methods of getting around the map pretty easily that I want to show you. So starting off the simplest way possible, and that is going to be the innkeeper. Now each city is going to have one of these, and all you have to do is visit the innkeeper to set the city as your current inn, and then you will get a 1 hour cooldown which you can teleport from anywhere on the map back to. So this is a perfect way to use in conjunction with your house teleport when you do get a house, to have multiple cities to visit very quickly. All right, so moving straight into the houses, what we're going to do is come over here, and I'm going to actually take a look at this house next to the one I actually purchased. So we're going to hit purchase house, which is actually going to give us more details on the house. And we can see this $10,000 house is going to have a 3 hour cooldown. Now, that cooldown can range from 2 hours and 4 hours. Now, if I'm wrong, guys, feel free to correct me here, but I'm pretty sure it's between 2 and 4 hours. But the nice thing about houses is you can have multiple houses. Now, you do have to reach higher combat to have multiple houses and also have higher territory standing within the territory you want your house, and also the gold requirements. So there are a few barriers here, but the nice thing about houses is you can have them scattered all across the world in multiple cities, which can be very beneficial for you. Alright, so up next is going to be talking about campsites. Now, you may be asking yourself, how do you use a campsite to fast travel? And that's simple. You can actually place a campsite down and actually kill yourself to respawn to it. But campsites do have a couple different restrictions that we have to be aware of. And the first is going to be it has to be within a 500-meter radius of your death. So anything outside 500 meters, you cannot respawn back to your campsite. And then the second one is going to be those little dotted yellow lines on the map as shown here. Well, these are areas that you can't place your campsite on. Luckily, there are areas that are very close to these areas that you can put your campsite, but just be aware of the distance requirements, and you guys should be fine for just trying to kill yourself and going about half of the distance, maybe back to town or something like that. Alright, so actually showing you guys killing myself here, and we're doing it underwater, which is one way you can go about doing this other than letting monsters kill you or something like that. And we're going to have the different options, which we're going to have the campsite, our house. You'll see Monarch's Bluff, which doesn't actually take you to the city, but rather takes you to the beach by the starting watchtower. And then you'll see that name at the bottom, and that is actually the innkeeper, which we can see here will actually trigger the inn cooldown. So just be aware of this, guys. Alright, so up next we have the hatchet using Berserk, and then using the ability right underneath it on the hunt, which actually gives us a 20% movement increase while in Berserk mode. So I have a little race set up here, and we can see how much faster it is compared to just normal running using the Berserk. And a great thing about this ability is it lasts for 12 seconds and the cooldown is only for 18 seconds, which allows you to kind of use it quite a bit. Now, I did try this race with two other weapons. Now we have the rapier and also the great axe, so we have flesh and charge. Now, both of these compared to the hatchet, I feel like are kind of useless. We can see the rapier gives you that 10-meter push forward, but honestly, the way this thing cools down and how much you only get is not really worth it to me. Now, the whole point of the great axe and the fletch, though, off of the rapier, the big benefit that I see from the two is actually getting over bodies of water. Now, you can use both of these abilities to get over like small streams and rivers in the map very easily. I feel like the great actually does a little bit better job than the rapier does, but honestly, you guys, try this out next time you're like maybe on a harvesting run or something. It's perfect. All right, so last up is going to be the dodge roll cancel mechanic, and that's where you basically, if you only have two weapons, say you don't have the hatchet yet, or you don't have one of the great axes or something like that, you basically just dodge roll with light armor and make sure that you guys have light armor on, because if you're in the medium tier, this will not work. But as you can see from the video here, you can see how much faster it is than just simply running. And all you have to do is, after mid dodge rolling, you literally just cancel the roll by switching to your secondary weapon. And then again, you just switch to your primary weapon. And just between the two, you just flip flop and you're able to run very, very quickly. And this is kind of how I navigate throughout the world. You do have to watch your stamina bar as well. But honestly, it does give you kind of that little boost that does help. I've outrun many people like trying to go to major cities or anything like that. So it's just a little simpler way of getting around a little bit faster when you're not super high level and have all that Azoth to burn. Now, lastly, I did want to bring back up this where we can actually see that you have multiple ways of fast traveling throughout the world. And you have your inn, you also have your house, and then you also have the fast travel method. Now, the fast travel method does require that you do have some sort of Azoth, so that's kind of why I left this for last on the list, because you do need Azoth to spend, and it does help if your faction does own the territory, because you do get things like company discounts or control discounts, which can bring down the amount required dramatically, guys. So just be aware of these few factors next time you try to go fast travel anywhere. Alright, so that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys learned some new way of navigating the world just that much quicker while you're a low level. And if you liked this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And until the next video, I will see you guys later.